welcome to the Ruth Loves to Knit podcast. I'm Ruth and I love to knit. You're so welcome here today. It is Friday the 28th of November 2025 and I'm coming to you as always from the southwest of England in Devon, where I live with my husband Nigel, our two teenagers Eva and Samuel, and our two little dogs Honey and Clemmy. And I have left, there's no one in the house today, so I have left my craft room door open, but that means that you may hear the barks and whines at some point, but hopefully not too much. As I said, it's really good to have you here. I am really pleased to be here. It's been a bit of a week, hence I'm recording on a Friday. I normally record on a Wednesday, but we'll get into that later on. I've also got the window just slightly on the latch, and I hope it's not too noisy. It seems to be an awful lot of traffic coming up and down the road at the minute, big lorries and tractors. But if you've watched this podcast before, you'll know there's always a tractor at some point in my podcast, and one's just gone up the road there now. So hopefully it's not too distracting, but I need the window a wee bit. It's not open, it's just on the latch, but I need the air a wee bit because I have knitwear on. I do have a t-shirt in the wings just in case I need it. If I can't survive with this light knitted sweater on, but we'll see how we get on. So welcome. It's been just over 3 weeks since I did a proper podcast. I did a little bonus podcast on things I find essential for knitting or and / gift giving, and that was really good response to that, that put other things into my mind as well. So most people resounding with stitch markers, which I just can't live without. And if some of the, I've got my notes here, some of the other things were YouTube for tutorials, podcasts to keep you company. A lot of people said that they were in a bit of a knitting rut for years and years, and then they realised there was podcasts and it's given them inspiration and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, I definitely agree with that. And YouTube tutorials. I mean, who hasn't looked up a YouTube tutorial if you've been stuck on something? Row counter ring, I've never seen one of those. I must look. I do use row counters, but to wear it as a ring might be something. Knit Companion was another big one. I can't use Knit Companion. I've tried, I downloaded it and everything, but I use my iPad to watch podcasts, and I just prefer paper. I know it's ruining the planet. I just couldn't use the Knit Companion, just couldn't get onto it, but many of you have said it's the best thing since sliced bread. And you can write on it, and you can, there's four row counter possibilities, all this stuff. Maybe I need to go back and review it, but I certainly couldn't do it on my phone. And then, as I say, I use my iPad when I'm knitting to watch podcasts. I don't tend to knit in the living room where there's the TV. And so many other things. I've just written that. So many other things. So thank you for that response. But of course, we had a gift away in that episode. I'm going to do it now. It's only not even a week since I did that episode, but I just thought, well, there was 233 comments. Sorry if this is noisy. 233 comments. And I thought, well, the good old faithfuls will have watched it, so they deserve a prize. So I've drawn the prizes. If you remember, I had a Lumos light and a wee bag of goodies, all little things to help us in our knitting. And this is for the UK only, and then I promised for anyone else in the rest of the world that you would get a pattern. So I have drawn the prizes, and I will put the wee screenshot up here just to show that it was done just randomly. And the prize goes to Knit 5 Drop 6. I hope that's not a reflection of your knitting. Knit 5 Drop 6. And if you get in touch with me either on Instagram or by email, ruthlovestoknit@gmail.com, I will get this sent out to you. And then for the pattern prize, I think you're in the US, I just can't remember, it'll be on the wee screenshot. It's Colette Foley 5526. Colette Foley 5526, although that's quite an Irish name, isn't it? So maybe you are in the US. And if you get in touch with me, either on, you can get in touch on Ravelry, or you can get in touch on Instagram or email. But give me your Ravelry name and the pattern you want, and I'll make sure I gift that over to you as soon as I possibly can. And I'm heating up already. But if you've been here before, you know that'll happen. So get in touch. Let me put that out of the way because there's so much stuff around here. It's just everywhere. It's glorious, but it's just everywhere. Then I'm looking at my notes again. Slow down, Ruth. Slow down. We're doing a Mkal, of course, but decided to, you're going to see, as I get hotter, you'll see my hair getting bigger. Yes, we're doing a Mkal, and we've been doing it since, what, beginning of October, is it? I can't remember. And it's the RLTK, Ruthlovestoknit. One skein wonder, I'm putting my teeth in this morning, one skein wonder Mkal, and that's the hashtag on Instagram. There's also a Ravelry group on Ruthlovestoknitpodcast, and you can send me an email with your finished object. Now, I made a decision this past week that I'm not letting this go to the end of January. I'm doing it to the 31st of December because life is lifing, and it's only one skein projects. I would imagine most of the one skein projects you have will be done for Christmas presents. Lovely wee group of people, lovely ladies on the Ravelry group chatting away, and lots of finished objects coming in, but I'm struggling to keep up with it all. And I keep forgetting to go in, and then I'm just not a very good make-along host, I'm afraid. And so I've decided to stop it at the end of December. But that means then in gloomy old January, you might get a lovely prize or two. So again, overseas we'll get patterns of your choice, but UK will get prizes. And hopefully next time I show, I will have some prize packs made up of some of the things that I have around me. So do enter. It is finished objects, not whips, because you know, it's one skein. Don't have to use the whole skein. If it's a pair of socks, you know, you maybe only use 60 grams, whatever. You can add a mini if you need to, or you can do. Look, there's no I was going to say fashion police as well. There's no fashion police. There's no podcast police. And you can use 250 grams if you want. But the idea was to go into your stash, pick out that precious skein that we've all got. We've all bought the shiny skeins from yarn shows or whatever, or gifts or whatever, and use it. What's the point in keeping it as good? Yeah, just use it up. And the other thing that will be coming up, and I do it every year, is the Pay It Forward. I try and do, I've already done it this year. I think I did it Easter, maybe around Easter time, but I always want to do it at Christmas again. Sorry, it's only for the UK because I like to give a good big prize and just could not afford to send it overseas. And this Pay It Forward, I'm mentioning it now just so you can get your thinking caps on. I will show you next time what it's going to be. It'll be like a sweater's got a good quantity of yarn, a nice project bag, you know, a few other wee fiddly wee bits. And this is for somebody that if you feel could really be blessed by getting a nice wee yarny gift. In the past I said, you know, if you want me to send it to you and you can knit it, but I think this time we'll do it as a prize for a knitter. And if you know somebody in your life who's had a rough owl 2025, maybe is heading into a rough owl 2026, and you think it would just brighten their day to get a sweater's quantity at least of yarn, please get in touch. Like, I don't need full details. This is an honesty thing. I don't need confidentiality. Obviously, if you tell me, it'll be confidential my end. I won't be mentioning that, like, I won't read it out as a prize winner. I will just send it off to them, but they need to be comfortable about me having their address, and but that's it. I'll not be asking anything. I'll not be questioning what their issues are or anything. But if you have somebody in your life who you think would benefit from a wee gifty, just would raise their spirits, would give them something to do with their hands, you let me know, and I will show you what it is. So that's that's a bit back to front, because you might want to see it first. I think it's going to be actually, I think it is going to be this. I think it's going to be this. Ooh, I think it's going to be this. Now, oh, that is pretty good colour. That is a pretty good colour. Now, it's not super wash. That may stop. And in the past, I have actually given another gift as well. But I'm thinking, I've been playing with what I'm going to do, and I think it is going to be this. It's lighter than this. It's lighter than that. It's colour 19. It's a beautiful blush pink. Really, that's probably and it's from Jensen yarn, and it is DK, It's 250 mils per 50 mils. 250 meters per 100 grams, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So that's definitely something. I know 5 of them. That's definitely something somebody could do. They could either add colour work to it or something. And then I've got another one I think I'm going to do that is a greeny one. So bear with me, and the next time I'll show you. But have your thinking caps on of what somebody you would like. But obviously you might want to see the yarn to see if it's their colours or whatever. So I made that very difficult. But there'll be 2. Actually, I've decided now there'll be 2 prizes. 2 UK prizes. I've got very dry lips. I do apologise if you can see that. Yeah, so there'll be 2 prizes, and I will show you them next time. Oh dear, how to waste time. Right, you're all here for the knits. What am I wearing? I'll tell you about it now in case I can't survive in it, but so far I'm not too bad. This is the Summer Sorbet Tee by Leah Amber Knits. Leah Amber has a podcast, which I'll put the details down below. This is her own design. I knit this probably 2 or 3 summers ago. She has quite a few patterns on Ravelry. I think, as I say, I'll put the details down below. And I test knit this actually when I still had a brain. And it's lovely raglan, short sleeve, just with a wee I-cord. And I knitted a wee bit short, a wee bit cropped, because I was wearing it with skirts and summer dresses. So I have jeans on today, and I'm not sure it's long enough, but you can't see that. So and I love the neckline. For me, in this hot flush stage, it's really nice. A very, very simple knit. And the yarn is from Attic Spin Dye. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's either pistachio but it's it is a pistachio colourway. I think it is showing up there. Matcha kind of colourway. I don't know if they still do it, but absolute dream. I obviously alternated skeins as it is hand dyed. But yeah, if you're in the part of the world where you're knitting summer tops, or you just want something very easy on the needles, round and round and round, the Summer Sorbet Tee might be an option for you. As I say, yeah, Leah Amber Knits has a podcast. She does this podcast that's she talks about, like she did, I can't remember how many it was, but like the 10 non-yoke colour work jumpers and things like that. It's very informative. Her podcasts are really informative, and I enjoy them. So anyway, that's what I'm wearing. And FOs, well, this FO has been an FO before. They take the dog hair off it. I was going to wear this today, but I just didn't think I'd survive it. And it is, of course, the Mabon sweater by Elenor Mortensen. I've shown this for every podcast for ages, but if you remember my last podcast, I had completely finished it, but I had done colour work around the bottom of it. I'll put a picture up here to show you if you haven't seen it. This picture I put on Instagram. Sorry, it's getting a bit shadowy here. I put on Instagram. 257,000 people have viewed it. Now my son said, that's bots. I don't care. 257,000 people have viewed that picture of my fat tummy, my hernia. But I felt like these bits here, where they're up this way, were kind of arrows to my hernia and my area that I'm sure no woman wants to be accentuated. So I decided to take them off, and I'm much, much happier that you can see. Now, it wasn't blocked in this photo, but it is now. Oh, it's blown out because it's black. There we go. Nicely blocked, nicely finished, and it fits me great. But obviously, the colour work is like, it's double, it's DK weight on here. So, because you're crossing over, so I couldn't wear it today. I tried, I put it on, but it was just too hot. So I live in faith and hope that I will wear this. Maybe I'll wear it without a coat. And I love it. Really want to wear. I mean, she just has the most spectacular, Elenor Mortensen has the most spectacular colour work sweaters, and they're not difficult. Short floats. If you want to try a colour work sweater, I would really recommend. And her, I don't know how her oh, there they go. Her patterns are written so well, yet English isn't her first language, and her colour work charts are nice and big, which is always good. I have to blow up charts all the time. So if you're in the mood for trying colour work, this one particularly, the Mabon sweater, was gorgeous. You saw the one I did before, the Sleeping Beauty one, which was all over colour work. Don't know if I would do that again. I don't know. Because you're always checking your tension, constantly checking your tension. This was gorgeous because it had the fun, and then it was just perfect, especially in black. It was just perfect to be able to go on and knit that. So that's an FO time again. Then obviously I'm doing the Mal, the One Skein Wonder Mal. So I have 3 One Skein Wonder entries. Obviously I can't win a prize, but definitely wanted to take 3 One Skein Wonders. I don't think I can eke the other one into it. And the first one is my Armagh shawl. Double check, it's Armagh. Yes, Armagh shawl by Brenda Brayfield. She does all of her lovely shawls and other accessories, and she names them all after places in Northern Ireland, where I am from, obviously. And this is her Armagh shawl. I have knit one of these before. Yes, it's here. This was my first one, and it is the most intuitive, nice wee. So this was my first one. I can't remember. You can see it's like, can you see the sparkle? There's sparkle in it. So they're both very Christmassy, but they're so wearable. I cannot remember you can see the sparkle in that. Sarah from my knit group will hate it because there's sparkle in it. And then this is my second one, and I just love them both, and I've worn them both. One Skein shawls for me at the moment are perfect. You call them I think calling anything a shawl puts people off. They think, oh, my branny. But when they're just, I think maybe One Skein scarves would be better. But when they're just this size, they're just perfect. And then I wear them until I get somewhere, and then they're off immediately. But I have a navy, is it navy or black? Navy coat, and this was just gorgeous with it. So this yarn is Giddy yarn. That's been in my stash a while. I knit another shawl, and it said in the pattern I needed 2 skeins, and I didn't. I only needed 1, so this was the leftover, and it's Ruby Slippers in Corradale sock. Now Giddy Yarns is Inspiring Yarns. They changed their name. It's from Northern Ireland as well, so it's a really good really good combination, and I'm happy to champion Northern Irish, anything to do with Northern Ireland, even though I live in England now. I keep saying this Ruby Slippers is still available on Inspiring Yarns, and I would just love a sweater's quantity of it. So that's my dream. It's showing up as like burgundy, but it is a true ruby, like the Wizard of Oz Ruby Slippers. It's just not showing well. If I put it near the light, no. Anyway, you get the idea. If you know me, you'll have probably seen it. So that's number 1 for the make along. I haven't put any photographs up. I must do that. Then of course, the One Skein One Love shawl by Locatelli has finished. Now, if you haven't done it and you don't want to see what it is, don't look. But I think it's up and everywhere now. Everybody's finishing it because it was only 1 skein, and the yarn I used is Wenham Cottage yarn. This was gifted to me, and the colorway is Fairy Meadow, and it is 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon, and I don't know about the 15%, just with only 15%, it's just so soft. And this, I say, this was gifted to me, so if you don't want to see it, I'm gonna have to stop this to let these dogs bark. No, they're way outside. If you don't want to see it, look away now. I have notes. Trying to see what way to... Yes, this is mine. So you can see the lovely lace. This yarn is so soft. And the lovely detail. And the garter. But, oh, you maybe can see it even better there, can you? With the background, yeah. And obviously this pattern will be available with all of the pictures and clues and everything. My only notes, obviously, is the I-cord tab. Now, people have put how to get rid of that, but I didn't bother. I thought I had blocked it out, but there's still a wee blip. But to be honest, when you're wearing it, you're not going to notice. But I also didn't really know how to block this because I didn't want to stretch. I wanted to stretch out the lace, but I didn't want to stretch out the garter. So I'm not sure that I did a great job on it, but And I'll be honest, I wouldn't have bought this pattern if I had seen it, you know, not as a mystery, but it was fun to knit. Lace is always fun to knit. And as I say, so soft, and my colours. So I will be wearing it. But I mean, you can't see an awful lot of the lace when you've got it on. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed knitting that. Quite a few ladies in the Ravelry. You're really not getting it. It reminds me of, oh, what did you call them? Brain. The wee chews we used to have. You're all probably shouting at the screen. The wee chews we had, wee halfpenny chews. Fruit salad chews. Oh dear me. We got those for half p, didn't we, when we were growing up? Anyway. It's really, really beautiful. So go over and see. One of the gifts, one of the prizes for the one skein shawl might be, well, I don't know what to do, because if you've been clearing out your one skeins, you don't want me giving you another one. So we have a giveaway from this lovely lady. She's on Etsy. Go and check her out if you want to look at lovely yarn. And she's very new to the business, but I have to say, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's showing up a bit darker than it is. It's really lovely. So I might wear it through the winter, or I might put it away and have it as a pop of colour later in the year. I'm really annoyed with that colour. Yeah, that's it. So Wenham Cottage. And then my third one, you saw before, and it's been in my handbag. So it's been on the needles for a long time, because I have not been at knit group, have been at knit group, all the rest of it. Haven't been in the car as much recently, and I'll explain why. But it's just a mindfulness shawl, the easiest shawl in the world, but mindlessness shawl is what I call it. But it's by Heike Gittins, and I've done like double figures, maybe 20 more of these. But this time I didn't do the pico bind off. I just did a wee I-cord. So everything's showing up a bit darker today. That's all right for you. I do have lights on, but anyway, and I just did a wee I-cord instead of the pico this time. And it's just, this is blocked. I could have gone on. I mean, I have this much left. I could have gone on and made it far bigger, but yeah, perfect under a coat, just enough for me at the minute. And this yarn is from Mondim. It's sock yarn. It's non-superwash sock yarn. I love their drawings on all their belly bands on their yarn. And it's Mondim. It's colour 213. And as I say, I didn't weigh it, but I would say there's 30 grams, maybe more there. And the other two, all I had left was these, which makes it very satisfying when you've very little left. And that's, yeah, the Mindful shawl. And I know loads of you have knit that wee shawl, and it's just so for gifts and everything. And I say, I've just put a wee I-cord on it instead of the pico, just for a wee difference. I think I might do that again. So that's 3 small shawls. Yep, 3 small shawls. Then I can turn over the page. So join in the wee one skein wonder mile. You never know, you might win a wee prize. Yes, that's all the FOs and whips. So as always, there's stories to tell. Don't know where to start. Okay, let's start with Pier 62, and I haven't done very much on it. I don't know why, because it's an enjoyable knit. Pier 62 is a twin set and purl pattern. It is by Joanna. This is the picture of her one. It was done for Botanical Yarn, for the Seattle, I think it's Seattle Yarn Festival or whatever. And it's in my twin set and purl bag. I like to make everything coordinate and have a theme. I'll put it back in here. And if you remember, I don't want to keep saying this, but if you remember, I started it in a different yarn and I changed my mind. So I have done a wee bit on it, not loads. Of course, my needles are completely stuck all around every thread. Oh, my stomach's rumbling now. This is so professional. And they've done a wee bit, not much. And this is what I've done. I will get back into it, but I've been distracted in the most knitty, yarny way. I think it's beautiful. So the black is Stonewash Neon from Bird Street Yarn. You can see all the flecks in it. Can't remember if that lights up. Can't remember. And then these two wee minis are from, so the main yarn is Bird Street Yarn, and it is Stonewash Neon, Neon Nap 85 15 Merino Donegal Nap, and it's 400 meters, so that's slightly less than what the pattern says, but as always I weigh my yarn, and when I get halfway I start doing the decreases. And the minis, the wee fluorescent minis, are from Fox and Squirrel, and they're just merino nylon. So this will be really gorgeous, really effective, but I don't know why I haven't really knit. I mean, I was about there last time, so I've done some, and it is quite intuitive once you get into it. I find it very fiddly to start with the first maybe 5 rows, and now it is very intuitive and it's just easy to follow, but there's been other things. So that's one, and that could go into the One Skein Wonder Mal as well. Just chuck those on the floor there. Then I had cast on a Simon, and I was going to do the simple Simon, which I have named. It's another twin set and purl pattern. You've seen it many times on here. I have knit so many and I have given so many away. I have only one left, and I just realised something's fallen on the floor. Let me see. So I had cast on a normal Simon, or big Simon, and changed my mind on the colourways. And then I decided to cast on the simple Simon. But I love this yarn combination so much that I decided to change. Now for the simple Simon, sorry, my lips are so dry. For the simple Simon, you just omit sections. So I just went back and knit it so properly. I don't have a picture of it here, but you should be able to see as how I'm knitting it. So the yarn I'm using is Yarnsmiths from Merino sock from Wool Warehouse. So soft, so gorgeous, so on offer at the minute. I think it's £5 for £5.60 maybe for 100 grams. So I am now knitting a full size Simon, because I thought it's all well and good, but I think I'll want the full size. This is that's showing up beautifully. Like orange, it's from my Marks and Spencer's bag. If anybody remembers, I don't have it here anymore. It's orange and pink. Oh, that is true to colour, that there. I just love it. And so the pink is, I think it's fuchsia, not sure, but it's Colourway 2K367. And then the orange, is the Merino sock, Yarnsmiths Merino sock, can't go wrong with it, 2K125. Merino nylon. And I have knit, just incidentally, I have knit many pairs of socks in it, and they hold up really well. Whenever it first came on the market, I thought, oh, that's very soft. Is that gonna, but my daughter and husband both have socks in it, and they're wearing really well. And I have squished it into this wee bag, which is new to me. This is from Tea Cake and Make, and I couldn't resist. Look at this. She had a sale, and I never even noticed that. Wee acorns. Honestly, the detail, gorgeous. You see that? And look at that. Isn't that just perfect? I don't know if she's got any left, but this is the wee sock size one. And probably it's a bit small for my shawl, but I just wanted to use it. And I absolutely love it. Tea Cake and Make. Does she have her thing so you can see? I'll put the details. So yeah, there you go. There's your show notes. Tea Cake and Make. And she's on Etsy. And she has lovely sock patterns too that you could go and check out as well. Then, so those are the two that are fine. And we've now come to the part of the podcast that reflects the podcast title. So I am going to name this podcast Fake It Till I Make It, and All the Gear and No Idea. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, I forgot I have one more finished object. Professionalism. You'll just have to hold on for what I'm talking about now. I finished two little do little mitts for my daughter. My daughter wanted some mitts. She goes out very, very early. She gets the 10 to 7 bus and isn't home to 10 to 7 at night. And she had crocheted herself some mitts, but they were too bulky. And she asked if I could do her another wee pair. I knit her mitts before in the past. She wanted them obviously fingerless mitts so she can use her phone. And I just did her these wee ones. Again, it's Yarnsmiths Merino sock. And this was on offer. Eva got some cotton to finish all her reorders off Wool Warehouse, and this was only something like £3, and I just added it to my order. Now they're not absolutely identical, but I think for a 17-year-old it doesn't matter. They fit her great, and I took them off her. I gave them to her last night and took them off her again this morning. But they're great. They're called. Let's say I've knit them before. I've knit a wee friend, several pairs of them. They're called the football mitts, I think, or the football soccer mitts. So they must be American. From Dreams in Fibre. They don't have to be stripy, but they're really great. I don't need the pattern now, to be honest. I can do them, and I think it's taken over from socks. And I have another pair cast on for me. So that's those. Sorry. And the reason, I still haven't come to the reason, but I have been struggling. We're going to get to the point of no, eventually. I've been struggling with my eyes this week. I've had my blood pressure checked. I went to the opticians yesterday and she did every test known to man. But I have been struggling with blurred vision and double vision. And guess what? It's menopause. Woohoo! The gift that just keeps on giving. In the mornings, it takes me maybe an hour and a half to be able to see without double vision. And there's nothing I can do about it. So I was only able to do stocking stitch. So these were a godsend. Couldn't read my colour work charts. These were a godsend. Now today, and the other thing is, depends who I'm looking at, you'll look like you've got a ready Brett glow. Now if you're from the UK, you'll know what that is. That sort of a fuzz round. It will improve apparently as hormone levels go up and down, but it's been a bit of a annoyance this week because I didn't feel I could drive. But yeah, I can see you, wee bit blurred here, but what can I do? Nothing. I can still knit. That's the most important. So these were a godsend this week to just be able to do these and go round and round and round, and I'll show you the ones I've cast on in a wee minute. So anyway, what was I saying? No idea, all the gear, no idea, and fake it till you make it. I have been knitting for many years. Now, menopause has absolutely messed my head up, and I will be very honest, there are patterns that I just can't get my head around, which I probably would have been able to do pre-menopause, but these two patterns, one, I'll show you the main one first, and you've seen it before. I have been knitting on it. I've loved knitting on it. I was chugging away. I was doing so well, and it is the Rusty Tank top. From the Shetland Wool Week. I have knit 3 things out of this one. It's 2021. It's my favourite publication and I look forward to it every year, and I will go to Shetland at one point. Despite living in Aberdeenshire, I never went to Shetland, and that is my one regret in life. Well, I had a marker in it and it must have come out. There's it there. So I have been doing this for a while. I started and it was too big. Then I ripped out and started again. And this is the Rusty Tank. It's by Ella Gordon. Now you can see where sort of you naturally split for sleeves. It's got this motif. Or I suppose you could have this motif. That's important. I'll be quizzing you. See if I can get it even close. See? Now it is short, and I was wanting to do a bit longer because that's not the length of my body. It's only, I think, 10 inches from underarm, which is definitely too short for me. And I was knitting away, loving it. Beautiful clear colour work chart. I'm using Jamiesons Smith yarn, and I was doing great. I don't know what I've done. The colour work chart is no problem. I haven't made any mistakes, which is something that's not normal for me at the minute. See where the front and back is. Where is the front? Yep. So this is the front. I have done absolutely loads. think they're coming out kind of orangey today. I've split for the sleeves. The sleeves are steeked. Perfect, no problem. I did exactly the amount of, well, in my mind, I did exactly the amount of rows that the pattern said. I kept the pattern, I didn't modify it. I decided actually that I wouldn't do extra rows because I'll just wear it over dresses, and I don't need a long, it doesn't need to go over the tummy when you're wearing jeans. I thought I was doing great, look, brilliant. But look, that picture shows, and all of the Ravelry pictures show, that the sleeves were, you start going up for the shoulders in one of these motifs, or maybe even that one. Am I? No. No. Not at all. This is where I would have been starting. So I either have to do a full another one of these. There's no way I'm going to do, because then I would have armpits, arms way down. There's no way I'm going to do it. So I think I'm going to do another one of these. So this is the faking it till I make it part of the podcast. And lovely wee progress keeper from Unwrapped Yarn. I love it. Look, there's no mistakes in the colour work. I've decreased for sleeves, but actually it's maybe a happy accident, because I am going to have, everything's fallen off my lap, I'm going to have a longer body, a longer piece, not a longer body, but a longer piece. And I can just do more, everything's fallen off, I can just do more rib to bring the sleeve in if it's too big. I absolutely love it, but it's in the naughty corner because I couldn't see it for a start, and I just can't understand what it is. My only thing that I maybe did, I was hemming and hawing on what size to cast on. And I wondered, did I cast on a size and knit another size? Because there's quite a big difference in how many rows. For my size, you stop the colour work at row 8. And for the next size, you stop the colour work at row 36. And I have quite a lot of yarn left over. So did I decrease the, do the decreases wrong? I don't know. So I'm fudging it. I'm faking it till I make it. It will be fine. We will wear it. You can see it's not too big. I don't know. Anyway, it's bottom up, which never is my favourite, but I was getting on to the way of it. It's not the worst. Most Shetland patterns, if they're true living on Shetland, designing on Shetland, are bottom up, and that was apparently I was watching Gudrun Johnson's podcast. She had who was on, I can't remember her latest podcast. She's on Shetland, and at the minute, and talking to designers, and they said originally Shetland jumpers were done on the machine, and then the colour work was done by hand. And this lady, she was interviewing, her mother did that as a job, so that's probably why they are initially, they wear bottom up. But Gudrun Johnson's are nearly all top down, which is why I knit a lot of hers. So bear with me on that. I will get back into it when my eyes have focused a wee bit again. I have a lot of yarn left, so I have a feeling I maybe cast on the bigger size and then follow the instructions for the one size down. So no perfection here. I won't sugarcoat it. I have made a mess in some way, but haven't made a mess on the colour work, because I thought that would be even worse, because I'd have to tink away. Oh, I couldn't imagine tinking away down. And I've cut the yarn because, I didn't want to follow it a whole way up. So there'd be lots and lots of tiny little mini balls of yarn. So anyway, it's in my nice big bag, which I showed you last time. It's on my thumbnail from last time, from the Knitter bag, Lithuanian linen. Perfect, holds all of the yarn, and you can hear the stitch markers in there too. So that's number one. Number two, yes, there's two. Number two is in my gorgeous redesigned bag. I've shown you this a few times. I managed to get gifted a voucher and then a massive discount. I think I got this from Botanical Yarn. Can't remember what number it is, but it's brilliant. I'm going to put a photograph up here of the cone that I have cast on, right? bigger than my head. It's a 1 point something kg cone of fingering weight yarn. Now I'm holding it double, but, and I'd say I've probably got another, let me see. Oh, sorry, I should say what I'm doing. It's the Creole vest from the Cray Rebecca Clow. Don't know if it's her most recent one, but I have been eyeing it since she put out the test knit. And it is lovely. Get all these disclaimers out first. It is lovely. It is an easy pattern to read. It is the chart's easy to read, no problem at all. But by her own admission, there's mistakes, just omissions. There's numbers left out. The chart needs to be, there's a few problems, but if you're an experienced knitter, it's not difficult to work out. But she is going to put up a, what do you call it when they send you an email to say that, you know, she's going to look at it and change it, but it doesn't say, I don't know if it's been done yet. Anyway, so I am knitting off the original where there were quite a few omissions, because she's put out like 3 or 4 patterns in the one go, and probably just one of those things. Anyway, as I say, I could work it out. It wasn't a problem. But she's going to put up that, what do you call it when you put up the new corrections? I don't know. Anyway, brain, honestly, I used to have one. Anyway, so I used the cone that I showed, and I probably have, I would say, how many's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done 6 inches, and I like to do, I think I'll probably do 11. So what's that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, 5 more inches, and then 2 inches of 5, 6, 7. So 7 inches still to do, right? And I have reeled off some yarn to do, so I'm holding it double. And this is still the size of the cone. So it has been, I got it off, oh, it's there, it's 1,050 grams, 3 ply. So it's actually probably working out maybe at a worsted weight, because it is a bit bulletproof, to be honest. And I got this off eBay, and it's Knoll, super soft, and the colourway is geranium, and it's definitely, yeah, geranium is the perfect colour for that. It's showing up too pink. It's too pink. It's lovely. It's light geranium pink. And this bag even held the 1 kg of it. So it's a great wee bag, a big bag. And I have rolled off different bits to hold together. Now, maybe I was causing myself problems for holding it together as well, to making sure that I had the 2 strands. So there's my first maybe stupidity. I should have just done it with DK yarn. Sorry, the dogs are barking at something outside. But I love it. But as I say, it is a bit bulletproof, and I'm hoping it'll loosen whenever I block it. It fits, so I'm not bothered. And this is my Creole vest. Gorgeous honeycomb. Gorgeous cables there. Every time I show things in this podcast, I see a mistake. No, that's not a mistake, it's a shadow. And gorgeous moss stitch there, but there is a mistake. And I can't even believe that I did this, and I cannot correct it. I cannot correct it. And it's this. It's right up on the right-hand shoulder. Look at that. How did I do that? All of the other ones, so I'm sorry if you're a perfectionist, it's staying, because it'll be nearly tucked underneath my armpit. I cannot believe it. I was photographing this the other day, and it was only then that I saw it. All the others, look, all perfect. I'm nearly scared to say it now. Beautiful cables down the back. All really good. Really good. Moss stitch, lovely. And I did that stupid mistake, but it's staying. It's a design feature. So anyway, this is the Creole vest. There's another Creole vest that's over the head. This is an opening one, because I thought I would wear this more at the moment. So this needs a button band. It'll need arm rib, and then to finish it off, and I think I'll wear this loads. But as I say, it is pretty bulletproof, because probably I did do a gauge swatch, and it's to gauge, but there's a lot of give in it. And I have my lovely wee, is it Chapel View Crafts winter progress keeper. So this has actually been really good with the eyes a bit dodgy, because I don't need the pattern for it anymore. It's an 8 stitch repeat, or 8 row repeat, and it's dead simple, and it's the same cable constantly. I am using, I tried to do it without a cable needle, But because it's a thicker yarn, my hands were getting sore. So I am so sorry. One encourages the other. And I've been using this. Now this came from a viewer who sent me a needle case that she had made, and this was in the back of it. This has been the best thing. And you don't put it the whole way around, you just catch it here. And although it's only a 2-stitch cable, this has just been brilliant. So I don't know. I know the gift, the knitting gift shop do them, but this came, and I find that really, really helpful. So we'll see. I would say I will get this finished for next time. Oh, of course the collar needs to be done as well. And it's really beautiful, but as I say, I do hope it eases a wee bit, because it is a wee bit bulletproof. I was joking with my husband that I was going to go into a business for the police, to get them the fancier bulletproof vests. And but I'm really enjoying it. I definitely would be tempted to do the cardigan. And I might have yarn that would do for that, not holding it together. But that cone, I think that cone was something like £20, £21 or something. So very cheap, very, very cheap garment. And to say, it's in my redesigned bag that I think I got just before the summer. And in the summer it held all my projects. And this one, you can wear it. I don't take it out of the house, but you can see there. So where can I put this without knocking everything? So that's my fake it till you make it, and all the gear and no idea. Oh, it was the postman. That's what they were barking at. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if my patience and my eyesight can cope with the colour work, because it's so close. I mean, literally probably have maybe 30 more rows to do or something to get it up to the neckline. Because actually the neckline, you know what, now I'm thinking, because you're already putting the neck in at that. So that is completely wrong. Oh, I'll have to have a wee think about it. If you have any advice, let me know. If you've done the Roosty tank top, let me know. I'm just thinking it's not. I'm thinking that it's got the shoulder straps. It's not. It's, you just pick up the collar on it straight away. So that is it. That's it done. So doing that wee bit extra, about an extra inch won't do me any harm. We'll see. Do you know what? If it's wrong, it's wrong, and we relook at it and we rip out and we do it properly, because I really, really want it. There's a lot of work has gone into it, and I love the yarn. As I said, there's a lot of yarn left over, which makes me suspicious that I haven't done it right. But that's another day's. That's a tomorrow problem. And then, what have I, anything else? I've got the wee mitts just that I, so these mitts are in another twin set and purl bag, and I got the details of this wrong, so I just want to correct it. This wee bag is from Twin Set and Purl, and they are raising money for Maggie's, not the Myeloma UK. They do raise a lot of money for Myeloma UK through the year. There's always they have if you go on their Ravelry and you see anything in orange, that's usually for Myeloma UK. But obviously it'll say on the description. And I've never met two girls who raise more for charity. Honestly, it's amazing. But Rachel is suffering from myeloma and has done for many years and is going through yet more treatment. And they are selling these with the orange for myeloma for £20, and £5 is going to go to the charity Maggie's. Maggie's is, I'm not super read up on it, but from what I hear Rachel said, a lot of cancer departments have a Maggie's nearby, and you can go and get a cup of tea, you can go and talk to people, you can go and get help with, you know, form filling and different things. It just sounds like such a supportive place and a supportive environment, and it has been a massive help to Rachel, and I'm sure many other people, to have in that time when, you know, everything is just stressful and you're maybe wading through treacle, and you could go and talk to somebody there. I think mostly volunteers, and I don't think they get any money from the government. I think it's all fundraising. So this is a great wee way to raise some funds. Say £20. Get in touch with the girls. I'll put their go over and check out the podcast first, obviously. But I will put their email address underneath in the description. And if you want to support Maggie's and get a wee bag at the same time, that's you. So I have cast on a wee pair of fingerless mitts. And of course I don't have the name of these. I think it's, oh, do I not have it in here? I don't have the name of the yarn in here. And it won't come to me, but it's beautiful. I'll talk more about it next time anyway, because I'll probably have them finished. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember and probably be shouting at it, but they're knitting up beautifully. Not doing stripy ones this time. Hope you can see that. I've only one light on today. I maybe need more than one. So these are for me. And I'm doing the magic loop. You impressed? So that's those. Kind of, I started those last night, so it wasn't even on my show notes. So there you go. So is that everything now? What are we on? 50 minutes. This is a long one. Right. So quickly, plans and gift knits. I can't say no. And next month is obviously Christmas. And I have finally got my daughter sorted with the colour fill vest. She picked colour, if you remember, and it was in superwash. And I emailed the designer, and she said no, superwash wasn't the ideal thing. And it's the colour fill vest by Man, Maane. Oh, Lisa Meisner, but she goes by Maane on Instagram. And just quickly, I was over a couple of weeks ago, a knit.co.uk, KNITT shop opened over in Totnes, which about an hour from us, and my husband was going over there to work, so I cadged along and went to the opening of their shop. And this is what I bought and she agreed to. These are her colours. This is actually the yarn that they used in the pattern. And she only needs 4 50-gram balls, so it actually worked out really cheaply. And it's from Isaiah. Highland wool. It's lovely. There's no itch to it or anything. And in hindsight, I wish I'd got some for myself. But anyway, 50 grams, 275 meters. I obviously would have needed more. This one is is there any point telling you the colorway? So this one is sand. My stomach's rumbling. Wine. Navy. And chili. They're pretty good. And she has drawn me a little, did she draw me a little, yeah, she's drawn me a little diagram of the way she wants them. So we'll see how that goes. And I thought if I cast that on, it'll do her, she can wear it at Christmas, or it shouldn't be a very long process. And also thought if I didn't get enough yarn, there should be more than enough yarn there. I can easily get more because it's commercial yarn. So hopefully cast that on and get that sorted. I'll finish the creole. I'm going to leave the colour work for a while, I think. And I'm trying to see who this bag's from. Oh yeah, this was this gifted to me? Can't remember. It's from the Knitting Swan. It's my nice Christmassy. I'm starting to bring them the Christmas. It's wine colour. It's not as bright as that. And it's she did have a Black Friday deal on, but I can't remember what it was. And it's all beautifully sewn. Lovely big bag. So that's my Christmas. I'm starting to put things into Christmas bags now. So that's that. Then, if you remember, I knit the Nutio gloves and hats for a lovely friend of my daughter's who's in a nursing home. And she got on to me. It's from Nutio hat. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. It's from Annie Uti Knits. I'll put a picture up anyway. And I sent it off to her ages ago and she loved it. And she's asked me to do her friend one. Exactly the same colours. So I was in town the other day and I went into Dartmoor Yarns and I just got 2 special Stylecraft Special DK, one in bright pink and one in fondant, and that's exactly what I did her. Did her, and now she wants the same hats and mitt for her friends. But I think I'm going to go down a needle size because I think the hat was quite big. It was a good generous size. So I'm going to be casting on that. That'll not take long. Hats and mitts, very easy. Then a lovely girl. Oh, I've maybe got the pattern here, have I? Then a lovely girl that I used to be friendly with up in Peterhead when we lived there. My daughter was very friendly with her son. She went through primary. There they are there. If I haven't put the picture up, there's the Nutio knits there. As I say, all the details will be down below. And every so often she gets in touch and, you know, I babysat for him. Not babysat, he was not a baby, but, you know, I looked after him and she looked out for my kids and stuff like that, Amanda. And I knit her a pair of socks last year and she just said hello the other day. And then she said, I bought sock pattern and I can't knit. Could you do them for me? So I wasn't going to say no. Did tell her I don't know if I'll have them done for Christmas. But they're the new ones from Stone Knit. She's not a knitter, but she bought these. So I don't know must have come up on Instagram or something. So this one is obviously snowmen, and this one is cars with a wee Christmas tree. I have the navy and the red. I don't have any green. I didn't have any white, so I had to send off. You know, wait. So that should be coming today from, you know, Wool Warehouse. I was very good. I didn't buy any more than that. I just bought that. I never get the making it up to the postage for Wool Warehouse, because in the UK it's only £2.99. So, you know, anyway, so I bought a green. I bought Yarnsmiths, and it was reduced. I think the whole thing came to £12. Bought the green, bought the white, and I bought. Did I buy a red? Can't remember. But those have to go on the needles. But I said to her, they might not be for this year. I'll finish them I'll finish them in December, I'm sure. I also broached the subject of not doing the foot to make it go a bit quicker. So I will see once the yarn comes what decision I made, because I explained to her that it would be a very thick sock because it'd be colour work. So I think if I cut off there and just do a heel flap and gusset, I think that's fine. That'll speed it up, and I'll be able to get those away before Christmas. So that's there. And then I can't, between my daughter volunteering me for stuff and me just going, yeah, whatever. I was at a church business meeting. Oh, you have to have these things in churches. And we talked about budgets and all the rest of it on Tuesday night. And lovely girl who's my age, you know, girl. And we talk about the menopause, and we talk about, you know, this sort of thing, and always been really friendly. She's lovely. And she reached over and said, oh, I watched your little short about you wearing your knits. So one Saturday about 10 days ago, I managed to wear, for a whole day I wore a jumper, and I was thrilled that I had to share it with you. And she said, would you knit me? No, she started off with saying, would you knit me a scarf? No problem, that's fine. What colours? Blah, blah, blah. And then the meeting started, and afterwards I said, well, do you want the one, because she said she loved the one that I was wearing. I said, well, do you just want it? I'll give it to you. And it was my Joanna shawl that I showed last time. And it was only as I was coming home in the car, I thought, her name is Jo. She is a Joanna. That's how stupid I am. So she is called Jo. So she is getting my Joanna shawl. And I love it, but I'm going to knit another one. That's the joy of it. And if you remember, I said I had cast on a big Simon and decided against that the colours weren't for me. And this is it. And I'm going to rip this out, and I'm going to make this my Joanna shawl colours. So this is from Woolly Mammoth. No, it's not. It's from Wool Matters. Both from Wool Matters. One is Coral and one is Sunshine. And I am going to rip that back, and that's going to be my Joanna shawl. So there's no rush on that, because that's just for me. That's not a gift. Well, from me to me, isn't it? Sorry, we're nearly at 60 minutes. And so that's the plans for this month. You know me, I might have other stuff. I want to knit absolutely everything. Everything is catching my eye, and I'm trying really hard not to buy any new patterns. But there's some tomorrow. There's some beautiful ones coming out. Right, quickly incoming. Wool Warehouse very nicely sent me some Yarnsmiths Aran to try. Now, I wouldn't really put these together, and I'm not sure what I would use them for, but it is delightful. Oh my god, Felix in that. Oh, gorgeous. This colour is Purple Orchid, and this colour is Vintage Peach. Might have to add, maybe that's their thinking, that if they send it free, I'll maybe have to add. But my big thing is it's only 50 grams, so there'll be lots of ends. 75 metres. It's nearly onto a bulky, to be honest. It is quite a plump yarn, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with two. They might become a giveaway, but we'll see anyway. So thank you very much, Wool Warehouse. Those arrived. I wasn't expecting those. And then I've got everything in my Ruth Loves to Knit bag from Rhapsody Dye Yarns. And then this arrived last night, quite late, about 9:30. Another Lumos light, but you can see it's yellow. Well, it's actually a greeny yellow. It's not a yellow. And they sent me that. So I now have another standby. Guess which one I'm going to use, the white one or the yellow one? My daughter has been talking about wanting to borrow my light, so she might get the white one. And then last but not least, This goodie box arrived. I won't show you my address. And this is from lovely Claire, who is Crochet Clary Hawkers on Instagram. She has sock patterns. I've mentioned them before. I'll put her details down below. And she sent me this box of goodies. Now, she did tell me she was sent me something, but not this much. And I just want to show you the card. Not show you the inside, obviously, but I just thought that was brilliant. If friends were yarn, I'd pick you. And she sent me the most gorgeous stickers. Eva has claimed some of them. She sent a little tin for Eva. So she sent this for me, and she sent one with Eva's name on it. And these there's lots of stitch markers and stickers and stuff. You'll see them as I use them. And she did them all. She made them, and I love this professional procrastinator. And then she sent stuff for you guys. Look at this. Bags and bags. There's twice as many as this. I'm only showing you, of stitch markers. So some of those will definitely be going in. So nicely done. Definitely going in look, little hearts in giveaways. No doubt about it. So I'll keep those all together. Thank you, Claire, for the gifts for me, for Eva, and for everybody else. I really appreciate it. And those are all handmade by her. And I'm sure if you wanted any of them, you could get in touch with her as well. So that's exactly an hour, and I think we're finished. The knitty stuff, the yarny stuff anyway. Now, not everybody wants to stay for this part. At the end of a podcast, I always try to do a little endy bit with something from God's word. I'm a Christian, and it's my life. It's what it's everything to me. But this time is a bit different. I keep saying that. Last time I shared with you about meeting up with my lovely Bangladeshi mum. Never expecting to ever meet her again. And I've met her twice since she's been here. And last week, I went down and I had a curry with them, and her and her son, Rinku, who's my brother, my Bangladeshi, we always say brother from another mother, and we spent the day together. And then Rinku went out, and Preeti and I had a couple of hours trying to, I think we were quite successful actually. My very old Bangla resurrected from the back of my brain, and we were able to have a really good conversation and a really good chat. But I asked Rinku if he would do a little interview with me, and I'm going to show you that now, about lamb, about how we know each other, just a nice wee chat. So if you don't normally want to watch anything to do with the Bible or anything, you might want to watch this. Just, you hear me talk about Lamb Hospital in Bangladesh all the time, and it's a really special interview. I would like to put the disclaimer in that I was having the biggest hot flush in the world, and you'll see my face gets redder and redder and my hair gets bigger and bigger. I think Rinky thought I was dying. But I'm going to pop it on here now, and you can watch, and I'll probably say goodbye now anyway. I'm just so thrilled that I can share my lovely brother with you, and a little bit of information about lamb. But yeah, I hope you'll stay and watch it. But if you're leaving now, or if you're watching on, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to stop waffling. I'm sorry if things were a bit rushed. I still have this blur here, which has maybe made things a bit difficult. I hopefully will be able to knit on all these projects, despite it is getting better, despite bits and pieces that are going on in my eyes. But I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope you've got some crafting done. I hope you've had a nice drink or something, nice cup of tea. I think I definitely need a cup of coffee. And yeah, until I see you again. I'm not doing Vlogmas. I meant to say that. I've had several messages. I get several messages every year. I have not got an interesting enough life to do Vlogmas. You would see my messy house and me doing the dishes or something, and I don't have a coffee machine, so there's nothing to show you. We will put the Christmas tree up at the very, very last minute, and we take it down as soon as we possibly can. My kids aren't bothered with Christmas trees, and this year gifts seem to be they just want vouchers and things, so there's nothing even exciting about that. But I will be back a couple of times in December of the normal podcast that you can watch while you're wrapping your presents or you're doing whatever, and there'll be plenty of vlogmases for you to watch. I'm just not very a vlogmasy person. Once I've seen their tree and the inside of their house, I'm kind of done. But if you are going to be super busy next month and you won't see me, you can always watch it at another time. Listen, make sure you're in the mall. Make sure you're staying safe. Make sure you're taking a wee bit of time for yourself and a wee bit of time for knitting in the busiest month of the year. And I'll see you soon. All right, God bless. Bye. So I'm really, really glad to be with you today.
Nice to meet you.
We've had a lovely curry and we've had lovely bangla cha as well, cup of tea. So now we're going to just I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is that all right?
Oh, yes.
So I want you to introduce yourself.
Oh, hi. I'm Chris. My nickname is Rinku. So I'm currently working as a doctor in the UK. So yes, I brought up in Bangladesh. I trained there, and I moved here around 10 years ago.
And you have a lovely wife and 3 children.
Oh yes, I forgot to tell that. Yes, I have a lovely wife, and I have 3 children. All are primary age.
Yeah, you might hear one of them in the background, but we'll not worry about that. So I call you Rinku, and I've always called you Rinku, but that's your dat name, your nickname. But so if I call him Rinku, you'll know what I'm talking about. So Rinku, how do we know each other?
Well, it's very difficult to say that how we know each other, because it is quite a short burst of long story. Of course, we know each other from LAM.
Yes, which you have heard me talk about many times on this podcast.
And LAM is a common place where I've seen you, like when I was just I saw you moving around LAM and different places, and you seem like a very nice person, and you're involved with the youth leadership,
the young people.
Personally, I met you. There is a situation like I needed to talk with someone, and I thought, okay, I can talk with Ruth, and I just found Ruth, and I just like, can I have a chat with you? And it was a really a nice chat, and then we just started, and I felt Ruth, I can place her in as my older sister, and it is called in Bangla, we call it Didi.
Didi, yeah.
And it is quite a special name to have, because I brought up in a very foreign-based institute. I don't call everybody Didi, so it was very special.
Very special for me too.
Yes.
So I got to know, as I said in my last podcast, I got to know his mum first because you were away at school initially. And I remember that day in Dhaka. Actually, I was doing language school and I met you in the office, and it was hard to see you quite upset, but anyway, that's all history. So even though you're in England now, you're still very much linked to Lamb Hospital and everything that's going on there. Do you want to sort of say what your position is now and how you're still involved there?
Yeah, so currently I'm a dad. We have young children. My life is quite busy, as all of you know, but I always wanted to stay in touch with Lamb. I born there, I brought up there, and also I went to medical school and came back and worked there. And Lamb is quite a big place. It contains a big place in my heart. So what I did when I came to the UK, and there's a lots of restrictions for me to going back, and I wanted to go back to Lamb, but because of visa restrictions and all sorts of things, because of family commitment, jobs, I never managed to go back there for a long time. So I was praying, and then suddenly there is a opportunity came up in Lamb Health, is a local charity who supports Lamb in Bangladesh.
Here in England.
Here in the England. And they says, oh, we need a trustee. So I was like, okay. I wasn't sure, but I applied for it, and we prayed, and I had an interview, and they offered me the trustee position.
Of course they did.
And it is a volunteer post. I just really love to be part of it, and I currently it's my first year, and I feel I'm quite involved with lots of decision making, and so that's me.
Perfect. Sounds great. And he's been telling me today all sorts of things that are going on there, and things that are coming up, and projects, and it blows my mind that it's just such a busy place. ministering to so many people in so many different ways that even when I was there wasn't a possibility, and I'm just so thrilled that you're still so involved. And of course your mum still lives in Bangladesh. She is here visiting at the moment, but your mum still lives there, and your sister is overseas at the moment, but your sister's there is there from too. Any specific prayers or needs or things that come to mind of how we as viewers and supporters of Lamb can get involved? Any quick things?
There is two prayers I will ask you all to pray for Lamb. One is the Lamb is there. It will have a jubilee celebration this year, and Lamb. I would ask you to pray that local people sees Lamb as their child, and they think that this is the organization.
They take responsibility for Lamb rather than depending on outside or foreigners. Yeah,
and also they just love it, and they just think that this is something that they're proud of.
Yeah,
and they are, but I think we want to see more local leadership.
Yeah.
And another thing, you can pray for Lamb as a supporter. We need lots of our poor fund is quite poor fund is little bit in crisis, like we can forecast that there's not enough coming in. So if you encourage friends or families to give to Lamb, would be very, very appreciated.
None of us like asking for money, and we would never ask money for ourselves, but we have no problem if anybody wants to donate to Lamb. The Poor Fund, I've mentioned it before, and we often give the money I give from my ad revenue, I always give to the Poor Fund, and it means that Lamb only cares for poor people, and but there's no NHS or anything like that. So their money has to come from somewhere, and they will never be turned away. Isn't that right? No matter what their circumstance is. If they can raise money themselves, it is encouraged. But it means that they can come. No, there's no restrictions. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to be anxious about it, and they can come. But obviously, those funds are depleted by that, and if we can help replenish it. So that's where generally I would give the ad revenue money to. And I always say a little goes a long way in Bangladesh. It really, really does. And we'll leave it at that. So if you want to, other ways you can give is if you go to lambhealth.org, that'll direct you to press a button and donate. Also, the Ruthie Shawl, you've no interest in this, but the Ruthie Shawl and the Ruth Shawl from Twin Set and Purl are still, if you buy that, the money will be still going to Lamb, so that's a win-win because you get a pattern and you can give money to Lamb. But we just want to make you aware of that. You know, I mention Lamb all the time, and it's such a place in my heart. I just thought I'd take this opportunity when I was down here to talk with Rinku and get him to share. And if anything else comes up in the future, I'm sure we can let you know. But if you want to find out, I mean, we could never tell you everything that goes on at Lamb here. And the other thing I love is any money that's given doesn't go to the hierarchy, doesn't go to the rich foreigners. All foreigners who work at Lamb have to raise their own expenses and their own money. So, you know, unlike an awful lot of other charities that maybe goes to admin or things like that, it goes straight to Lamb Hospital, which I just love. And if you want to know more about it, go online to Lamb Health, talking with my hands, to lambhealth.org, and that'll direct you. That's the UK site, but it'll direct you to the US site or whatever if you want. Anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
I would say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for letting me to share my life in Lamb and also about Lamb Health. And thank you, Ruth.
Thank you so much,
Thank
my
you.
lovely brother.
Bye-bye.